today is its birthday.
Alright, so 15 years of Animal Crossing City Folk. I don't know when you played this, but I played this before 2013, so probably 2011, 2012, and 2013 are the years I played this game. Because I know I played Animal Crossing New Leaf after City Folk, and New Leaf was 2013. I got Christmas 2013, so this came before it. So, I was probably 5-ish when I first played it. 5, 6-ish. So 5, 6 years old. I wanted to play it. What got me interested is because one of my sisters was playing the game along with my mother, and I was like, hey, that's a pretty cool game. You know, I'd like to. What's that all about? So I got myself my own copy, and I booted it up, and here I am today. I played this
Here
game.
he is today.
Yeah, transformation is crazy. But I played this game to death before New Leaf. Once New Leaf came out and I picked a copy of that up, I pretty much kind of just took City Folk and threw it in the trash can, so to speak.
Aww.
It's like it's the old game, out with the old, in with the new. But
New year, new me.
pretty much. But even though Animal Crossing New Leaf is my favorite video game of all time, Animal Crossing City Folk is what got me to the series. So that much I have to give credit for. So you can I actually have my original copy right here. I can't really turn the camera on Discord because I have it on OBS, but I have my original copy.
Don't worry, I'll view it in video.
Alright. I have my original copy. You can even see the price tag from GameStop still on there for $16 for pro member price.
Squeaky. Heard some extra squeak.
But let's check the back. Your first day in Animal Crossing. Meet the neighbors. Visit the city. Style your life. Hang out with friends over Nintendo WFC and get a makeover. Now go live the other 364
Rest in
days.
peace.
Now I wonder, is there a... I think at some point, didn't they include like hey, Rossetti has a habit of scaring kids or something like that at one point? I don't know.
Reset. I know that's New Leaf, like for New Leaf. I don't know about City Folk. I don't think I remember Rossetti at all for him.
Does New Leaf have like a tag on it that's like, hey, he could be scary?
For New Leaf, yes, he could be very scary because he just talks long and long and long.
So is it like on the box though?
I don't think he is on the box.
I swear.
If we're talking about main cover, then maybe, but not anywhere else.
Yeah. I don't know for sure about that one. But I remember. I don't remember the first town that I made in this game. It was probably something.
Same here.
It may have been something along the lines of like either Amelia or one of the towns I used to live in Arkansas. Because I may or may not have played this when I was still living in Arkansas. So I'm not sure about that one. But the only town name I can actually remember is... So I was watching a YouTuber play, a female YouTuber play Animal Crossing City Folk. And she ended up naming her city New Pimp City. And me being like 5, 6 years old didn't understand what pimp meant, so I named my city, my town that. And I told my mother, and my mother's like, what? And so I ended up having to delete the whole town because Mom was like, no, we're not, no, no. We're not doing this.
Was the word really that bad back in the day?
Well, if you look it up, pimp, I think, is not a great word.
Sure, I'll look it up here. Don't worry.
But yeah, apparently it's a bad word. I can't remember exactly what it means, but I'm pretty sure it's a slang term for not good, nothing good. So I ended up having to delete the whole town and change the name because of that. But thankfully, I wasn't that far in. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So that was fun. But I never got that far into the game, to be honest. I mean, I caught, plenty of bugs, fish, but I never got like silver tools. You know how like each game has like silver tools, gold tools, and all that kind of stuff. Uh,
Yeah.
I never got that in City Folk. It wasn't until New Leaf that I really started getting like those kinds of upgrades. But I'm pretty sure the store I got maybe the third or fourth upgrade of the store. Uh,
I
and
think
then
I got like the second upgrade.
yeah, I can't remember what they all look like though, to be honest. But I
Well,
remember,
they are different.
yeah, I know they're all bigger, and I know they all have different names. I just can't remember the names off the top of my head.
For city folk shops. Yeah, to be honest, yeah.
But I remember there was like special. Wasn't there like weren't events held at like the plaza in front of the town hall?
Yes, I believe.
Because I'm pretty sure you had like Thanksgiving or Turkey Days, it's called.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It usually would be in the middle. Yeah.
yeah, it'd be and like Mayor Tortimer would be there and everything. And I remember
Yeah.
Tortimer would like at the beginning of the game, he'd be like, "So who do you respect your most? Like your parents, your grandparents, or whatever, or whatever." And depending on what you chose, like he'd like reply like, "Oh yeah, that's my kind of kid." Um,
Which is a weird sentence, which he would say.
I can't remember the exact thing, but it was something along those lines. And
Just
then he'd be like,
looking at
"What's?"
it back then is fine, but looking at it now, it's like,
Now that you say it out loud, I can see your point. I can see your point. Um, but I remember one of the questions he asked too was like what animal do you like the most? And if you pick turtle, I think turtle was an option. If you pick turtle, he'd be like super happy or whatever.
of course, because he's a turtle.
But yeah, I have definitely a few memories. I remember going to the city a lot and changing my hairstyle from time to time. And there's this stupid little like freaking like if you go here at this specific time to like the very left or side of the city near an alleyway, like you can catch the reset center open. And I tried and I never could get it like when it was open. I was like I went there at the exact time you told me. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. Um, so that was bull. I call bull on that one. I did what it told me to do. And then I got my shoes shine from time to time. And then I go into Gracie Grace and go, holy mother of God, that's expensive. And LaBelle, didn't she like change her name to like Label or something? And then like in the later installments, she became like
Which one again?
Label. You know, like the one who's in the Able Sisters in New Leaf, who runs the
Oh
accessories department.
yeah.
Didn't she like leave her family and like change her name and become like a fashionista or whatever? And then New Leaf, she came back to the old family business to work with her family and all that or something like that. It's like some
I
lore
think
behind
so.
that. And then there's I don't know if this is in City Folk. I know it's in GameCube version. I don't know if it was in the DS version, but Gracie
Tell
Grace.
me.
Gracie Grace. Didn't Gracie Grace used to like come to town in the GameCube version? She'd be like, "Hey, wash my
Gracie
car."
Grace.
I don't know if she did that in City Folk. I never got that far in it.
I don't think I remember any part of that.
Yeah. And then you had what's his face? Oh, I can't remember him. But yeah, I never got that far in the game, to be honest. It did jumpstart my love for Animal Crossing, but like I couldn't tell you everything that happened. I could just tell you some of like the key moments that happened. Uh, I remember watching YouTube all the time for City Folk back in the day, and there's like this one YouTuber I used to watch all the time. He named his town Ohio. It's like you named
Well,
it
he knew the meme existed way before.
like you named your town after a freaking state. But perhaps one of the biggest things that I remember, more so New Leaf than City Folk. But do you remember like ever look up like how to get a good amount of bells in Animal Crossing, like this
Oh yeah, I
version?
used to always do that.
And then like there'd be like a video like on City Folk, New Leaf, and all like how to
Like
get like a million.
at like a 144p quality. Hey guys, welcome back to my
Yeah, and it'd be like get like a million bells within a few like 1 week guide how to do it.
unregistered hypercam type of video.
Yeah, I remember those days. I remember watching those from time to time. I watched them more so in New Leaf, but I still remember watching them pretty frequently in the City Folk version as well. And it never worked out for me because I was kind of, sort of, maybe kind of lazy.
It's fine.
So I just gave up a part of the way through. Um, did they have turnips in that game? Like, or is that
Like day that would be Daisy May who would be doing that, but no, not that I'm aware of.
maybe? I know in previous installments they had like the raffle. I believe that was GameCube.
Oh, raffle.
Yeah. But remember Copper. So you got like the town gate, right, where you can like do multiplayer stuff,
Yes.
and how
Yes.
like there'd be Copper and then I think Booker. Um, and then and like he'd be like, "Here's the lost and found." You take the stuff out of there, and he's like, "Is that yours?" You know what? I don't care anymore. I'm sure it'll be fine. But I remember always feeling like so mean for doing that, so I just never really did it. But when it came to customizing the house, here's like a niche I always had when it came to customizing my house. So you could like, customize your house with basically anything, you know? That was like
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah, anything.
That was like the thing in any Animal Crossing game. And so my thing was I'd get a decent sized house and then I'd make it as if it's a real life house. Like you had the kitchen, the washing room, the bedroom.
So type of IRL type
Yeah,
house.
I was very picky with that. So I always did it in that format. But since I never got like a really huge house, because like I said, I never really got that far in the game, I'd have like a big house, but with like just one main room only, and like one corner would be kitchen and dining, one corner would be like washing room, one corner would be living room. Then in one corner you had like the little bed, like a nightstand.
POV. You can afford this house.
Like POV, you live in 2020's 2023's housing economy. The housing
Yeah.
market be real. God, imagine this one meme where it's just like one bedroom, one bath, like thousands of dollars, and it's just like a bathroom with a bunk bed in it.
I mean, to be fair, I would pay $1,000 for that. Let me move my bunk bed into my bathroom and make $1,000 real quick.
It was like for rent or something too. I was like, oh my
Oh,
god.
rent? Oh yeah, that's even better.
Yeah.
Rent
But,
rent a bathtub.
but I remember I absolutely hated gyroids in City Folk. I despised them.
Oh, please. Please.
I absolutely despised their guts. I never wanted anything to do with them. I'd sell them
Yeah,
every chance I got.
same.
But then in New Horizons, I became a big kind of fan for them.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
like why like one game to another. It's like, oh, I hate it. Now it's like, oh, yay.
oh yay! But yeah, I remember absolutely hating him in Animal Crossing City Folk, and I'd be that jerk too. I had this thing where I'd get like these random spells, you know, like Red Dead, when you just like you wake up one day and you're like, I want to go on Red Dead and murder the entire town of Valentine.
Well, I never played Red Dead, but sure.
But anyway, I'd go into Animal Crossing City Folk, and I'd be like, you have not made me mad in any way, nor have you done anything wrong. But I'm gonna take this net and hit you repeatedly. And then when they got mad, it would scare the living daylights out of me. Like, they'd get mad and start doing their like little mad animation, and I would get terrified as a kid. Like, oh, oh god, oh god, oh god, he's mad.
Basically, resetting in a nutshell.
Yeah. I'd be like, why are you mad? Why are you mad at me? You don't need to be that mad. It's not like I hit you with the net 1,000 times over. And then when like a particular villager made me angry, I'd like save up a bunch of pitfall seeds and just like bury a bunch of them and then push a villager into it and just watch him walk into like one at a time. Like, oh, you escaped the first one, now escape the second one. I was a little jerk.
Oh, speaking of which, for villagers,
Yeah?
which one is your favorite?
Are we talking villagers that can move in, or any villager?
Just any villager that like you had in the game. Like, did you have a favorite?
I never had a favorite, to be honest. Like, my favorite character in the game was always Captain. But I never had, like, a personal, like, favorite villager. It was just always Captain, if you count him.
I'll just count him.
Yeah, he became my... I didn't have a favorite for a long time. Like, they were all just like, yeah, they're good buddies of mine, but I don't have, like, a favorite. But in Animal Crossing New Leaf, I started to find a good love for Captain because of, like, his sea shanties and his love and respect for his family, and all his family are really nice, so I just absolutely love that character. So, he quickly became
Press
my...
B to skip his music.
I still hate you for that. I never skipped his music. Maybe once or twice when I was staying up late and I didn't want my mom to catch me. But other than that, I never skipped his music. And I always sang along with it, despite the fact that my voice probably isn't one for singing. But I still did it. So... But yeah, that's definitely my favorite character. If I don't really have a favorite villager that can move in, though. I'm gonna be honest. I never really had.
Well, I know I do.
And what would that be?
Do I need to say because of very specific reasons?
You don't have to. You don't have to.
You know what? I have to at this point.
Okay.
Anka.
I can see why you'd be a little afraid of saying that, considering the community
Yeah.
of Eridus.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of...
I honestly never knew about that meme until you told me about it. Like, this year. And when I looked it up, I was like, oh god, what have they done? This is Animal Crossing. You can't ruin Animal Crossing.
They can. They can ruin any game.
But I felt... So, I felt, honestly, when it came to City Folk, so you know the city, right?
Yes.
I used to love the city in the game, but when New Leaf came out, I always found the city to be kind of... I found Main Street to basically be like the city, but you didn't have to pay to go every time. And it just like sure, you get the stuff early, like you get like the shoe shiner, you get LaBelle and her fancy, furniture, and the the theater with Dr. Shrunk. But it doesn't take that long to unlock all that stuff in New Leaf. So I always remember looking back at City Folk, kind of find the city kind of pointless, so to speak. It just didn't make much sense to me. Like, you got New Leaf with the main street. You don't even have to pay to go there every time. You basically doesn't take that long to unlock most of the base stuff. Like, I'm technically on, like,
Right.
what, day 29, day 31, something like that, and I've got a bunch of the main street already unlocked, like Shampoodle, Kicks, the gardening store, that kind of stuff. Club LOL. I mean, it just feels. City Folk feels more like a gimmick than actual reason to play it, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Like, it kind of feels like they took Wild World, took the music from the game, because the music is the exact same, just with more quality to it, because it's on, like, a handheld console. So it feels like they just took the base game of Wild World, updated the graphics and music, and then added a city and called it a day. So, because I actually picked up Wild World a few years back, and I actually picked it up recently, too, on here. Um, and
Uh, that's why I'm like, you just hit something and then it all went quiet.
okay, we're back.
Okay, so what did you
Yeah.
say? Like you hit something and then it like completely cut out.
What'd you last hear?
Like all I heard was is something hitting down and it was like gone.
What were the words you heard just before that?
Oh boy, not again.
Why are you? Okay? Okay, okay, computer. You're being pissy. Uh, anyway, I was saying that city, like picked up Wild World just recently again last year, in December, and since I played City Folk, which is basically like an upgrade version of
Yeah.
Wild World for the DS. I didn't like the DS version as much as I probably would have if I had played that first, because it's basically just the same thing as City Folk, but more downgraded. And I think that's where a lot of people dislike City Folk in that sense, because City Folk is basically the base game from Wild World, but they like made the graphics and music better. They made it more quality, but it's the same music, same soundtrack, same graphics, same style, so to speak. But they just added like a city to it. So in that sense, I can
Right.
see why people would dislike that version of that version on the Wii if they had already played Wild World, because it just basically feels like you're playing the same game over again. But on the other hand of the spectrum, if you first played City Folk, then I would see why you don't like the DS version as much. So it's kind of like depending on which one you played first is the reason why you don't like the other one as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much most of my memories about the game. I mean, I still it still has a very big place in my heart for getting me into the series. I don't know if that was your first Animal Crossing game.
Technically my second
What was your first?
New Leaf.
I honestly would have probably expected something along the lines of like Wild World or City Folk, to be honest, because
Our World was my third game.
yeah, no, I'm gonna be honest. I really thought it'd be at least Wild World because you're older than me, so I wasn't sure if you'd played that version, not first, but yeah. New Leaf, favorite video game of all time, has been for a long time. It has not changed. Splatoon 3 is probably the only one that has competed pretty harshly against it. So, uh, any final thoughts you want to bring to the table before we end this?
Mm, so it's like your favorite villager moving in one day. I got surprised. Like when I first, but internet stuff, and now it's like still my favorite, even though it's not supposed to be.
Huh. So, if you had to choose another villager to like outside of Anka, what would it be? Who would it be? I mean,
Outside. So who would technically be next in line?
yeah,
I had to pick a next in line. Oh no, I know who it is.
yeah.
Cookie.
Cookie. I don't know that one. Let me look that one up real quick.
Cookie is a dog.
Oh, is it the tan one?
It's a pink one.
Oh, the pink one. I think I had her in a town once. Yeah, I believe I had her at one point.
And next would be 100% Cookie.
I can maybe see why, yeah. So, what do you like about Cookie? Do you just like her because of her appearance, her personality?
No, she's just was one of the nicer villagers. Let's say that.
What, is everyone else just a jerk to you or something?
No, there was one jerk. I don't know if it was because of his type or not.
Hmm. So, what would you
Um,
say
my
is your
least favorite.
least. Yeah.
Oh, I have it right here, bookmarked and saved, just so I can never see them again.
Okay. Who would that be?
Gotta you already know who.
Is it Kitty?
Kitty is in that game.
I have Kitty in my GameCube town. I don't know if she's moved out by now because I haven't played it in a while, but I kind
I
of suspect it might have been
despise
Kitty.
her.
I remember the first time you ever saw her, you just hated her from the very
No, it
beginning.
was
You just
all started on this game.
on New Leaf.
No, City Folk. I didn't even get her a new leaf, actually.
So what made you dislike her so much in City Folk?
Just everything about her. What is there not to say about Kitty?
What is there not to say? Sounds like you got a lot of beef with her.
I do.
I just hate her lips. I hate her personality. Just, just awful. I think honestly, I wouldn't rate her at the lowest for me, but isn't she like a sassy type villager or something like that?
I would rate her everything. It's snooty. She's snooty.
Snooty, snooty. So they're like kind of like a jerk sometimes.
Mm, they're just self-centered and arrogant.
Hmm. Okay, so I will say a couple things about her. I don't really like her personality, especially in the GameCube version, because I remember when I'd have to deliver an item to her or something in the GameCube version, she'd be like, "God, you're ugly."
I just every time when I saw her, I just like didn't even care. I just like walked right by.
And I'm not gonna lie, the makeup, the like the pink makeup on her
Please,
eyelids,
yes.
they don't, they don't go with her. They really don't. But yeah, I don't really have a least favorite villager to be honest. I don't think so, at least. But Captain is definitely my favorite character. I don't know if he can really be counted as a villager, but he's definitely my favorite character in the series. Um, so, and I remember, like, I still love to this day whenever I go to the island on video, I'll always sing. I don't know how many ears I've made bleed with my singing.
Oh, also, I did kind of like look up like what kind of she hates for clothing style, and always gave it to her. She hates refined in city folk. I just kept giving her refined clothing.
she
She never left. She still stayed.
she never left. She's like, you're gonna be stuck with me
Even though how many
forever.
times I gave her like her least favorite.
She's like, ah, you want to get rid of me? Oh yeah. It's never gonna happen. You're stuck with me forever, whether you like it or
I made
not.
a promise on New Horizons, and I'm hoping she never appears.
God, imagine if like does it is New Horizons? Can you like I know you can choose who moves in, so to speak, but if you wait long enough, does someone move in eventually on their own?
No, yeah, if they go out, like they have to tell you that they're moving out.
Yeah, yeah. So,
And if
but I mean, if like
yes, but
a
in like
plot.
2 days they move out. But if you don't get someone on that next day, the next day after that, some random one would move in.
Ah,
And if I
okay.
ever get Kitty, something bad is going to happen to my save file.
You, God. So you're just gonna be like, so you remember how we used to launch nukes at the town in character AI on
My
like the Animal
nuke is
Crossing
going to be
RPG?
resetting my entire save on Animal Crossing.
Can you even do that
McDonald's is
now? I
going to
think
be
they,
no,
I think they technically
I can reset my
remove.
data.
Oh, I think they technically removed like the normal way to reset the data, didn't they?
Yeah, they removed the normal way, but if a kitty ever comes on, oh man, I have so much. I have to make McDonald's too.
Are you gonna name it McDonald's too?
Yes, because of someone.
So what about Taco Bell too?
Taco Bell too. Yes, also.
McDonald's too and Taco Bell too. The sequels we didn't need
And
nor
if
want,
I don't
but
know if Kitty is like a starting villager for New Horizons, I hope she isn't.
imagine you get like Kitty moving into your island and you like wipe out the save file, start a new one. She's like the beginning villager in that next one.
I would have to make a third one immediately.
McDonald's 3.
Oh, now I gotta check if she can be an appearing one, just to make sure.
Just to make sure. We don't want any mishaps happening here. God.
I'm looking at the villager list that possibility could appear, and Kitty is not one of them. Okay, I'm good.
And you're hearing it first, ladies and gentlemen. He's good. Kitty, if you ever see this video and you move into his
I would
village,
like to say a few words.
so if Kitty was watching this video, if she could watch this video, what would you like to say to
Whoever
her?
made Kitty, like whoever made Kitty.
Yeah.
Oh, I have some words.
What would some of them be, if you don't mind sharing?
Uh, I'm gonna keep it PG, so it'll be like a fewer lesser words now.
Okay.
Delete this character. I don't want to see it in the next new like Animal Crossing series. At least Kitty is not in Wild World. That's the only game I can escape her from.
Ah, yeah, I just now looked it up and it said like she's not in Wild World. So You're safe there, but in any other game,
Every other game,
in
it's
every other
like,
game,
hmm.
you're not safe.
Apparently,
There's no
if she
running.
appears in Pocket Camp, oh no.
Pocket Camp was such a letdown. I have many. When's the birthday of Pocket Camp?
Oh, Pocket Camp?
Yeah, when's that one?
Uh, oh, that's coming up pretty soon.
Really?
Uh, I mean, if we're talking about worldwide, since worldwide release November 22nd.
Okay, because I actually played it on my Android tablet and changed my location so I could play it before it released on like Apple and all that stuff in America. So I can technically like make a video on that when that time. So what'd you say again? What day?
Yeah.
What was it like 17th? You said 18th.
22nd.
22nd. I'll have to mark that to make a video on that because that I
That would be its 6th birthday.
sixth birthday. Okay, this may be an unpopular opinion. I don't know everyone's opinion on this. I never watched many videos on people's opinions on this. But to me, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp was a huge letdown. It was.
I mean, it was kind of fun, but
It's like fun for like the first few days. After that, though, it's just kind of boring. I just never. It never. Like, scratched that Animal Crossing itch for me. So.
oh, Kitty gets a +1 point from me apparently. I never thought it'd say the sentence. Its favorite color, one of it is green.
Mm. Well,
Oh no.
to end off this video, I'm going to go ahead and end off with a little mini announcement saying that on the 22nd of November, which apparently is the worldwide release of Pocket Camp, I might make a video talking
Kitty will
about.
have more words of being dead.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to talk about how much Kitty is the worst villager in all of Animal Crossing and how she should be deleted, and how Pocket Camp to me was a huge letdown.